Good afternoon. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. What a blessing it is to live in the Denton County, a wonderful county that takes care of its citizens, its employees, and even take care of its staff people. We take care of Matt sometimes. I want to thank you all for being here. It is such an honor to have these buildings built. We, the commissioners and myself, my judge is here, and excuse me if I say Commissioner Eads, he's now Judge Eads. Do I have any other commissioners here? I don't. Ron Collins said he couldn't make it. In 2008, we did a bond election. And that bond election was to build buildings and build roads. And this building and the one across the street was one of the buildings that's in the bond election. And guess what? We did it with a tax rate less than 23 cents. So we're happy about that. But we've even lowered it more. Right now it's 22 cents. So I think we have been good stewards with your money. We're glad to be here. I'm glad that my friend, Representative Park, is here, and he's going to say some words to you in a few minutes. No matter what we do and how we do, Representative Parker is always here to help us out. We have a proclamation from our own Senator, Jane Nelson. She could not be here, but she wanted to make sure that we knew that she is proud of us. She's thankful for all we've done here in Denton County, especially Precinct 3. That's where we are now, and I'm kind of partial to that. You know what? Because I'm filling some big shoes. I'm filling the shoes of Commissioner Lee Walker, who this building is named in honor of. And if you didn't know Lee Walker, she was a great lady, and I have her family here today that's going to say a few words for us. We're celebrating the opening of the new and improved Lee Walker Government Center. Still same address, 190 North Valley Parkway. Single-story building, spans 21,762 square feet. It accommodates the Public Health Department, Women and Children, and Juvenile Probation. Thank you for the patience that you've given us while you were waiting for this facility to open. When we moved out of this facility in 2016, across the street, the health department had to move down the street. We had WIC in rented building, leased buildings. We had juvenile probation in leased buildings, and we're finally all together. And that's what we're about here in Denton County. We want you to have a one-stop shop, might be in a different building, but it's still a one-stop shop. We want our employees to have a wonderful building that they can come to every day and be proud to come to work. We've had some buildings in the past. If you knew the old Lee Walker building, I worked in there. My last day there, it rained, and I was putting paper towels in the winter. But look at these buildings now. What a wonderful testament to the citizens of Denton County. Thank you for trusting us with your tax dollars to make sure that we have quality buildings, great roads, great tax rates, and have wonderful quality of life in Denton County. I want to thank you, and I want to appreciate you. We're excited about this. We want to continue to honor the memory and Lee's commitment to Denton County Commissioner. And if you look right up here at the shadow box that we made, these were all hanging on the wall in this building before we tore it down. And we've got some more. We couldn't get everything in there. I want to thank to my facility department for creating this for us. We didn't have to go out and have somebody else do it. Facilities did it for us. And I want to thank you. We have Matt Richardson, but I'm not ready for you to talk. Just hold on. And Ken Metcalf, he's here, here in the building that's going to be speaking. I introduce you to our judge. We want to thank Brad Isabel with Icon, James Beers, Don Howard, Danny Berger, and with Sadelico, John Fisher, Gabby Robbins, who was the project manager. Y'all, hold your hands up. Be proud. Chuck Syke, Brad Hubert, another one of the superintendents. I want to thank you for the hard work that you did in making this a beautiful place for us to come and work. Also, I wouldn't dare not acknowledge my staff members. Danny Brumley, Dale Nelson, Dwayne, Byron, Tim Flowers. I want to thank you. Stand up, guys. I don't think all of y'all are here. We have wonderful people here in Denton County that can do great things. We don't have to send it out to have someone else do it. They will do it for us. Before Commissioner Eads talk, what else am I supposed to do? Oh, we have elected officials here. We have our mayor of Holland Village, Charlotte Wilcox. We have the mayor pro tem of the city of Lewisville, T.J. Gilmore. We have school board members here, Angie Cox and Conda Thimish. Did I get it right? We have Precinct 3, Justice of the Peace, James Kerbo. But better than that, we have his mother who just vacated that seat, Becky Kerbo. I saw a former police chief, Ross Kerbo. Our chamber presidents, Laurie Walker and Laurie Ficklin. All of our other wonderful neighbors and friends who helped us make this a possibility. Did I miss any elected official? Thank you so much for being here. At this time, our own recently new, but not new to the court, Denton County Judge Andy Eads is going to talk to us. I'll get Pan next.
Whoa, that went bad. Well, good afternoon, and I want to thank y'all for being here today, and I want to congratulate Commissioner Mitchell and thank her for taking the leadership on this project. This was a project that she was responsible for, and I'm so glad that she saw it through to completion and did a great job with that. You know, as she mentioned in the 2008 bond election, we had the confidence of the voter overwhelmingly to not only build roads and bridges and expand mobility, but to also expand services to our residents. And a lot of the services are really to the least of these, some of our most needy residents among us. And I'll tell you, our very first building that we built with that bond money was our primary health department up there on the Loop 288. That was the very first building that came out of the ground, and this is one of the last buildings, this expansion down here. We had lots of demands across the county, but we knew that health care was a priority, and so we're so glad to expand the services here to the southern part of the county. I think we're judged as a society about how do we treat those needy among us. And I think this wonderful building is a demonstration of our love for our fellow man, our fellow Denton County resident, that they have a wonderful environment, not only for employees to come to work with and work in, but for our clients, that they are treated with respect and honor and dignity and treated with the utmost quality care that they can receive and that they're truly entitled to. So I'm excited. If you think about today, you're here, you're one of the few that get to be here at the beginning, but think about all the lives that'll be improved, the families that are mended, the health that's going to be improved, the fact that kids get to stay in school because they got through immunization and prenatal care, and all the wonderful things are going to happen in these four walls. It's exciting as you look forward at the lifespan of this building, I don't know, 30, 40 years. Think of all the lives that are going to be changed positively by what we're celebrating today. So anyway, thank you to the voters, and thank you, Commissioner Mitchell, and our wonderful team. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. He's a little taller than I am. just a little bit, not much. Not enough to brag about. The ladies that helped with the decoration, Donna, Holly, Misty, would y'all come out? Everybody? Matt's staff? Where's Matt's staff? Thank you all. We couldn't do it without help. I sure couldn't. I tried to, and they tell me to get out of the way, let them do it. And so I do. I am honored to introduce you to my friend, Representative Tan Parker, who is a great partner with Denton County. Whenever we get ready to do something, bond election, roads, or whatever, any of the bills that we have, I can always call Tan. I tell this story, Tan, and I tell it all the time. When I need you, I can pick up the phone and call you, and I call his cell phone. And I say, Tan, can you help me do something? And he maybe has a bill that he's about to file, and I said, can you hold it for a minute for me? And he does that. And I want to thank him for all that he does for Denton County. You can always count on him. Tan, come and give us some words, please.
Hey. Isn't she incredible? Let's give Bobby a big round of applause. Look, you all know how blessed we are to have Bobby. What an extraordinary job she does for all these years for Denton County, and your leadership, as the judge said, over this building, and all you do for your precinct and for the people of this county is extraordinary. We're so blessed to have you. So let's give you a big round of applause again. Thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Judge, it's great to see you, brother, and what a privilege to see Andy now as our judge. We're so excited about the work that he will bring, the service he will bring in this new capacity, and what an extraordinary future Denton County has. Look, I just want you all to know collectively how blessed we are to be here, how fortunate we are to be in Denton County. Look at the elected officials that are in this room, from our municipalities to our wonderful school district to the county leadership. We work together as a team beautifully to serve the people of this county, the people of this region. That's what I'm so proud of. That's what all of us are so proud of, in having the privilege of being in public office. Judge Eade said it beautifully, to be here to serve those that have a real and genuine need, the women and children that will come and utilize this facility for decades to come. This public health office, what it will bring, Ken's leadership over what will happen with regard to juvenile probation, all of these things are critical services that only government can provide. We believe in limited government, but we believe in effective government that takes care of the needs of the people of this region, the people of Texas. And so with the support that each of you provide in this room and all the citizens of Denton County that voted for these bond packages over the years, we have the ability with this great leadership team you've got here at the county level to deliver high quality, efficient services that serve the taxpayer, take care of our citizens, and provide access in a way that really is very, very special and regionalized. You don't have to go all the way up to Denton if you live here in Lewisville to get the services that you need. So I want to thank all, of course, Judge Horn and the leadership of the Commissioners Court over the years, all that they have done to have this vision that they have executed upon so beautifully. And so from my perspective, please know that from Texas's perspective, we'll do everything in our power to continue to support Denton County, to help Denton County grow and thrive and be vibrant and continue to be the best place, not just in Texas, but in the country to live, work, play, and raise a family. Please know my door is always open. I wish you all the most blessed of 2019s. Have a great year. God bless. Thank you all for having me.
And now, the users of the building. We want to certainly recognize the people that are going to be using this building. I come over here and rah, 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 and then I go back across the street.
You don't have to.
Of course, I've threatened him that since his building is newer than mine, that I'm going to come and make my office here. And, he said the right thing. Come on, Commissioner. Must have been budget time. Probably so. But I want to introduce you to our health director, public health director. And before I introduce him, Bing Burden is in the back, who used to be our public health director. Bing, would you stand? Dr. Bing Burden was here when we started working. I started bringing in ideas for this new building, so I want to thank you for your input. And at this time, Dr. Matt Richardson is going to come and talk to you, and after he's finished talking to you, our Juvenile Probation Director, Ken Metcalf. Dr. Richardson.
So this is a dangerous thing I'm doing. I'm really trying to say thank you. Really trying to describe what's going to happen here, and I need to say thank you to the people that have made this happen. And that's dangerous because we're going to pray for my thoroughness in the next few moments. But I do want to thank, first of all, and it's important because this isn't going to happen without the people that do advocate for the bond elections, who go out and explain to the taxpayers on what those dollars are going to be used for. And those people aren't necessarily the department heads. Those people are the elected officials who really send the message to the constituents, to the voters, to the residents of Denton County, this great county. And I just want to thank prior court's leadership and certainly this current court's leadership. As staff members, we need to be able to say thank you. And this is a good time. You're going to see a lot of people that are wearing public health shirts. They'll have a public health logo on. I wore a suit because I want to look like I belong. But I will say that those of us who are wearing a uniform, my job this afternoon is to tell you on their behalf, thank you very much. We thank you for your leadership. We thank you for your investment in county facilities to allow us to serve. That's very important. So thank you. We appreciate your foresight. And I do. My predecessor, my mentor, Bing Burton, Bing hired me when my hair was dark. So, it's been a minute. Bing really transformed public health in Denton County, and I've tried to not mess it up. So I pledge to continue to try not to mess up some of the things that he started. What are some of those things in public health? So a little bit later, if you sign the guest book, we do want you to sign the guest book so we'll know of your presence and the fact that you were supporting us today. If you sign the guest book, we will give you a tour. So there you go. We do want you to sign that. But what you would see is you would see a clinic and a WIC space, women, infant, and children programs, where we serve children, we serve families with an immunization clinic, with primary care. We are a primary care for the uninsured and underinsured. We do things like diabetes case management. We have a tuberculosis clinic, Hansen's disease. We have women's health and family planning services. We do a lot in public health. We do epidemiology, studying epidemics, and if you haven't had your flu shot, we won't give it to you today, but next week will be available. So these things need to happen to keep the population healthy, to keep our families, friends, and neighbors healthy. And now we have a bigger space to do it, and we're so proud of that. It's so nice, it's beautiful, it's what the residents deserve, and we couldn't be prouder to be a part of that, a small part of that. We're going to pledge to continue to provide the services we were already providing in the Lee Walker building before. We won't talk about that space. That we remembered her as a commissioner with that space, but this one's a bit more fitting, and so we're really proud to improve and to expand because that's really what public health is designed for. We're so excited to be here. Thank you for supporting us. You being here this afternoon means a lot to the staff. They see the support. They see that people care about this space and public health in Lewisville, and it's meaningful. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. And if you need us, come see us, and you now know where we are. Thank you.
Commissioner Mitchell, thank you very much. You started your speech with 2008. I've got to go back to 1968 when the county appointed, Judge Boyd appointed Mr. Charlie J. Cole to be the first probation officer in Denton County. He filled a big role, adult and juvenile probation. Charlie, can you wave your cane? Tell people who you are. Back in 1968, the county population was around 76,000. I think Mr. Cole knew everybody in the county. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I was hired 10 years later in 1978 and quickly got to know Commissioner Walker and she was a great advocate for juvenile probation, for the services that we provided kids and families, our officers and what we do promoting good citizenship with kids. So 1978, I would drive from Denton down here to this footprint, and there was a government office there, and I only came on Thursday afternoon, and I came into the adult office. Tommy Huggins was the adult probation officer there, and I sat at his desk and visited with kids and families. We quickly outgrew that and got a lease office across the street and stayed there a number of years, and then we outgrew that and moved down to Garden Ridge, and we've been there since then. So this is really emotional for me. I'm kind of surprised, but we're back where I started in 1978, and it's good to be here. I'd like to talk a little about Lee. I mentioned that she was a great advocate, and I met Jackie. I know you're going to speak a little later. I met her like a month ago, and so I'm really glad you're here. And I am still going to get you to volunteer work for our girls, because I know you got some help. I know you can help them. I know you got a story and you can help them. So now everybody has heard that. So keep asking me, hey, how did Jackie do? How's she doing over there with those girls? Could my staff wave their hands? I think most of you are standing up. Juvenile probation staff. Matt Merrick, put your hat back up there. Matt is my right-hand man. He's the assistant director at the department. He does a great job for us, and thank you for everything you do. Laurel Perlwitz, the deputy director of field services. She's just doing an awesome job with all our juvenile programs. And here at this building, Rod Brown holds. What do I say, Rod, about you? You just run this department down here. So anything you need from Mr. Brown, y'all, please come over and say hi to my staff afterwards. They'd love to talk to you. Any questions you have. And if you want to know any history about Denton County, Mr. Cole's right there. You should take advantage of it. So thank you all for that. Commissioner, Judge, thank you so much. This is really good. It's a boon for Lewisville and this whole area. It just is a great service for that community. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. And now I'm so excited. When we moved into the building over there, and this building was being torn down, someone called me and said, "Are y'all turning the Lee Walker building down?" And I said, "Yeah." "Well, what are y'all going to do with it?" I said, "We're going to rebuild it, and it's going to have the same name, Lee Walker Government Center." And they said, "Well, I'm so glad," because her daughters were worried about what you were going to do. And I said, "Don't worry, as long as I am alive, that building is going to be called the Lee Walker Government Center." And so I'm proud to be still alive to see this new Lee Walker Government Center, because I worked in the old one, and I remember Lee really well. And I tell the story when I ran for mayor. Her husband Al, I was going to do a speech, and you do campaign donation, and he handed me a campaign donation as I walked up to the stage, and I'll never forget that. Lee was the most kindest woman that you've ever seen, but you know what? She was just as feisty as she was kind. So get ready, because she didn't play. Not at all. She was nice, but don't take her kindness as a sign of meekness, because even though she was kind, she was not meek. She knew exactly what she was doing. She wanted to help the citizens, and it's sad the way the story was told that she got into office, but you know what? I am so glad that we had Lee Walker here leading the way for us. She was a wonderful woman. She's got wonderful daughters and son. I just thank y'all for being here, and Jackie's going to come up here and give us some remarks. Go on,
Okay, again, I'm Jackie, and It's a little overwhelming how many people are here today. Your typical ribbon cutting, Lewisville. I was even thinking as I was driving over here, if, you know, there's going to be 10 or 12 people and most of them are family, then I really don't need to say anything. So thank you all for making the effort to come out to honor not only the accomplishments of Commissioner Mitchell and all of you, but as well as honoring our mother. I would like to acknowledge, I was trying to get them to stand up, but I think sometimes I have a little bit more Lee Walker in myself than my sister and brother do, because it doesn't bother me at all to get up and talk. But we won't go there. But anyway, my sister Julie Walker is here. Our brother Brian Walker and his wife Laura. There's a lot of friends and family, others that I won't go into detail, but we appreciate you all being here. I did want to just also, though, recognize Ann Owens and Betty McCreary, because the two of those women, through thick and thin, all of their life, were there for Mama, and they were her very best friends. So, thank you all. Okay. And finally, I would like to introduce y'all to Ollie Floyd Darnell, or as we call him, Uncle Bobby. And this is Uncle Bobby. This is Mother's brother. Say hi, Uncle Bobby. And just to let y'all know that Uncle Bobby is a lifetime resident of Denton County for the past 95 years. All right. So on behalf of our family, thank you. Thank you all for being here today. We also would like to thank all of the elected officials for making this day possible and for being here today. Judge Curbo, Chief Curbo, I know you're enjoying your retirement, and thank you so much for taking time to come over today. We'd also especially like to thank Commissioner Bobby Mitchell, who has been wonderful in keeping us updated on all the phases of this wonderful project. She did kind of steal my thunder because she stole my story a minute ago. But when the original building was being torn down and we weren't quite yet aware of the plans for the new building, Commissioner Mitchell did reach out to us. She actually reached out to me and assured us that, and these were her exact words, as long as she was alive and in Denton County, our mother's memory and her accomplishments would never be forgotten. So thank you for that, Commissioner Mitchell. It is heartwarming to know that you are one of the many successful women that were inspired by your mother, Lee Walker. With that, just a reminder, it was a little over 26 years ago today that we stood here dedicating the original Lee Walker Government Center. And now, here we are today, unveiling this new beautiful building. I had no idea all of the things that this building was going to be housing, and it even makes it more special to know that the building will be doing so many wonderful things to help the citizens of Denton County. We're so proud that Mama's legacy will continue in such a wonderful way. And as you all know, I could stand up here and reminisce about what an amazing woman our mother, Lee Walker, was, but you already know that because your presence here today is proof that she touched your life in some prolific way. So I won't rattle on and take all day. I will simply say thank you. Thank you for this honor of our family. There's not a single day that we do not miss her charismatic personality, and simply miss the beautiful human being that she was. And with this testament to her life, this building, we are comforted knowing that she will never be forgotten, and generations to come will be able to enter the Lee Walker Government Center and learn a little history about a woman that made a difference in Denton County. Thank you all.
Amen, amen. And I do want to recognize Betty McCreary and Joe Arick. They're former school board members. I want to thank you guys for being here. Y'all are longtime school board members. So thank you, I appreciate it. We're going to have a ribbon cutting, and I want to make sure the elected officials, Matt, our Representative Ken, and Commissioner Eads, the Walker family. See, I'm calling you Commissioner Eads. Judge Eads. Let's go out front and take a picture, and then anyone else that would like to take one. Are the chambers going to do a ribbon cutting? Yes, they are. So we'll have 3. Denton County will do one, and then we'll have Laurie and Laurie, just y'all doing it together. Flower Mound and Lewisville together. So let's go outside, and then we're going to have some refreshments. Today, we just finished celebrating a ribbon cutting for our Lee Walker, new improved Lee Walker Government Center. A center that's going to hold our health department, our women and children, and our juvenile probation. I'm just so excited about it.